Shaq-Fu has some surprisingly good music. Unfortunately, that music is in Shaq-Fu. I'm saying this not because Shaq-Fu is a bad game. It is a bad game, but that's not why I'm saying it. But because it seems to go out of its way to make it difficult for you to enjoy the music. I'll explain more detail in a sec, but let me just give you something tangible to observe first. This is Mephis' stage music. Pretty boring and repetitive, right? Maybe even a little bit grating. Not really good in any case. Well, here's the thing. What you're hearing is just part of a long build-up to something that actually sounds pretty cool. But for a number of reasons, this is all but wasted. I don't know if the composer knew this music would be for a fighting game, and if he knew what to expect from that, or if the programmers just had no idea what to do with his music, or it could be any number of miscommunications between any number of staff members. Who knows? The song plays for 2 minutes and 41 seconds before it loops. Most of the time it won't last that long, since by then one of the fighters will have beaten the shack out of the other one and declared the winner. But even if the fight lasted a while, there's a timer that will end the match after 60 seconds. And then the music restarts for the second round. That's the crazy part. They easily could have programmed the game so that the music continues playing through the next round and it would have doubled or tripled the playtime of each piece of music. No, it starts the music over again every single round. It's not like Street Fighter 2 where there's an actual reason, namely it had 2 themes for each stage. Once one of the fighters sustained enough damage, the music would change to a faster paced version of the same song and then stop at the end of the round while the score is tallied. Shaq-Fu doesn't do either of those things, so why restart the music? You can actually change the game settings to remove the timer, but I doubt anyone actually did this while playing. And even if they did, the fights are still gonna finish long before the music can loop. So the only practical way to hear the whole song is if you mess around with the settings, start a 2-player game, and have both players stand perfectly still while you wait, assuming you even end up on the stage you want to hear because it picks them randomly. If the same music was used in a different game, one where you can take your time exploring an area, having long music like this works really well. Here's a similar example in Cave Story. It starts off with a repetitive kind of noise that develops into something really cool. But this isn't an open world game where no matter what, you're gonna have time to hear the whole thing, not Shaq-Fu. Mephis' stage isn't the exception either. Here's Voodoo's theme. This one is 3 minutes and 8 seconds long before it loops. At least this one has a cool sounding drum beat from the get-go, so even if it takes a long while to build up, it sounds good even if you don't make it to the payoff, but it's still kind of a waste. And I really like the transition from the end of the song to back to the beginning of the loop. Once again, something you'll never hear in the actual game without jumping through some ridiculous hoops. Now of course, everything I've said up to this point has been about the SNES version. The Sega Genesis port had much shorter tunes, so that's better, right? Well, no. Because now they all just sound to me like hacked up versions of the SNES ones. They all feel like they're missing something. And of course there's the fact that the instrument quality by comparison is atrocious. Voodoo's theme on Genesis is the only one that can even be compared. It actually sounds pretty good. That drum beat is really solid. But although it doesn't have that awesome Sega bassiness, I still prefer the drum sample in SNES Shack. Well, if there is some good news to all this, it's that ROM hacking tools exist now to allow you to listen to all of this music without actually having to play Shaq-Fu. And that's definitely for the best. So as much as I find it mystifying how much effort they put into preventing you from hearing the full music, I can just show it to you. What you're listening to right now is Sett Ra's stage theme, which is pretty repetitive for a very long time, but eventually reaches a really cool sort of lull, which creates a rather suspenseful feeling. Perfect for a final boss. If it was possible to actually reach this point in the song while playing in story mode, but digression. This one is 3 minutes and 48 seconds long before it loops. Notice a pattern here? My favorite, however, has to be Kaori's stage. Something about this percussive track always stayed with me throughout the years. Even as I forgot about the rest of the game, my brain would keep coming back to that beat. It's basically what drew me back to the game years later, if nothing else. So I was pleasantly surprised to see how much more there was to this song when I dug it up years later that I never could have appreciated just by playing the game. So yeah, in conclusion, bad game, although pretty good music that's all but wasted on Shaq-Fu, and lots of gratuitous record scratches. Thanks for watching, and I'd encourage whoever's interested to listen to the full uninterrupted versions at the end of this video. Timestamps are below. See ya!